One of the biggest factors that determines how well you age is not your genes, but how well you live. Not convinced? A study published in 2009 in the British Medical Journal of 20,000 British folks shows that you can cut your risk of having a stroke in half by doing the following 4 things: being active for 30 minutes a day, eating 5 daily servings of fruit and vegetables, and avoiding cigarettes and excess alcohol. While those are some of the obvious steps you can take to age well, researchers have discovered that centenarians tend to share certain traits in how they eat, move about, and deal with stress, the sorts of things we can emulate to improve our own aging process. Of course, getting to age 100 is enormously more likely if your parents did. Recent research suggests that centenarians are 20 times as likely as the average person to have at least one long-lived relative. Still, Thomas Perls, who studies the century-plus set at Boston University School of Medicine, believes that assuming you've sidestepped genes for truly fatal diseases like Huntington's, there's nothing stopping you from living independently well into your 90s. Heck, if your parents and grandparents were heavy smokers, they might have died prematurely without ever reaching their true potential lifespan. So go ahead and shoot for those triple digits. Follow these 11 habits and check out Perls' lifetime risk calculator to see how long you can expect to live. 1. Don't retire. Evidence shows that in societies where people stop working abruptly, the incidence of obesity and chronic disease skyrockets after retirement, says Luigi Ferrucci, director of the Baltimore Longitudinal Study of Aging. The Chianti region of Italy, which has a high percentage of centenarians, has a different take on leisure time. After people retire from their jobs, they spend most of the day working on their little farm, cultivating grapes or vegetables, he says. They're never really inactive. Farming isn't for you. Volunteer as a docent at your local art museum or join the Experience Corps, a program offered in 19 cities that places senior volunteers in urban public elementary schools for about 15 hours a week. 2. Floss every day. That may help keep your arteries healthy. A 2008 New York University study showed that daily flossing reduced the amount of gum disease-causing bacteria in the mouth. This bacteria is thought to enter the bloodstream and trigger inflammation in the arteries, a major risk factor for heart disease. Other research has shown that those who have high amounts of bacteria in their mouth are more likely to have thickening in their arteries, another sign of heart disease. I really do think people should floss twice a day to get the biggest life expectancy benefits, says Perls. 3. Move around. Exercise is the only real fountain of youth that exists, says Jay Olshansky, a professor of medicine and aging researcher at the University of Illinois at Chicago. It's like the oil and lube job for your car. You don't have to do it, but your car will definitely run better. Study after study has documented the benefits of exercise to improve your mood, mental acuity, balance, muscle mass, and bones. And the benefits kick in immediately after your first workout, Olshansky adds. Don't worry if you're not a gym rat. Those who see the biggest payoffs are the ones who go from doing nothing to simply walking around the neighborhood or local mall for about 30 minutes a day. Building muscle with resistance training is also ideal, but yoga classes can give you similar strength training effects if you're not into weightlifting. 4. Eat a fiber-rich cereal for breakfast. Getting a serving of whole grains, especially in the morning, appears to help older folks maintain stable blood sugar levels throughout the day, according to a recent study conducted by Ferrucci and his colleagues. Those who do this have a lower incidence of diabetes, a known accelerator of aging, he says. 5. Get at least 6 hours of shut-eye. Instead of skimping on sleep to add more hours to your day, get more to add years to your life. Sleep is one of the most important functions that our body uses to regulate and heal cells, says Ferrucci. We've calculated that the minimum amount of sleep that older people need to get those healing REM phases is about 6 hours. Those who reach the century mark make sleep a top priority. 6. Consume whole foods, not supplements. Strong evidence suggests that people who have high blood levels of certain nutrients, selenium, beta-carotene, vitamins C and D, age much better and have a slower rate of cognitive decline. Unfortunately, there's no evidence that taking pills with these nutrients provides those anti-aging benefits. There are more than 200 different carotenoids and 200 different flavonoids in a single tomato, points out Ferrucci, and these chemicals can all have complex interactions that foster health beyond the single nutrients we know about, like lycopene or vitamin C. Avoid nutrient-lacking white foods, breads, flour, sugar, and go for all those colorful fruits and vegetables and dark whole grain breads and cereals with their host of hidden nutrients. 7. Be less neurotic. It may work for Woody Allen, who infuses his worries with a healthy dose of humor, but the rest of us neurotics may want to find a new way to deal with stress. We have a new study coming out that shows that centenarians tend not to internalize things or dwell on their troubles, says Perls. They are great at rolling with the punches. If this inborn trait is hard to overcome, find better ways to manage when you're stressed. Yoga, exercise, meditation, tai chi, or just deep breathing for a few moments are all good. Ruminating, eating chips in front of the TV, binge drinking? Bad, very bad. 8. Live like a Seventh-day Adventist. Americans who define themselves as Seventh-day Adventists have an average life expectancy of 89, about a decade longer than the average American. One of the basic tenets of the religion is that it's important to cherish the body that's on loan from God, which means no smoking, alcohol abuse, or overindulging in sweets. Followers typically stick to a vegetarian diet based on fruits, vegetables, beans, and nuts, and get plenty of exercise. They're also very focused on family and community. 9. Be a creature of habit. Centenarians tend to live by strict routines, says Olshansky, eating the same kind of diet and doing the same kinds of activities their whole lives. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day is another good habit to keep your body in the steady equilibrium that can be easily disrupted as you get on in years. Your physiology becomes frailer when you get older, explains Ferrucci, and it's harder for your body to bounce back if you, say, miss a few hours of sleep one night or drink too much alcohol. This can weaken immune defenses, leaving you more susceptible to circulating flu viruses or bacterial infections. 10. Stay connected. Having regular social contacts with friends and loved ones is key to avoiding depression, which can lead to premature death, something that's particularly prevalent in elderly widows and widowers. Some psychologists even think that one of the biggest benefits elderly folks get from exercise, the strong social interactions that come from walking with a buddy or taking a group exercise class. Having a daily connection with a close friend or family member gives older folks the added benefit of having someone watch their back. They'll tell you if they think your memory is going or if you seem more withdrawn, says Perls, and they might push you to see a doctor before you recognize that you need to see one yourself. 11. Be conscientious. The strongest personality predictor of a long life is conscientiousness, that is, being prudent, persistent, and well-organized, according to the Longevity Project, co-authored by Howard Friedman and Leslie Martin. The book describes a study that followed 500 children for 8 decades, collecting exhaustive details about their personal histories, health, activities, beliefs, attitudes, and families. The children who are prudent and dependable lived the longest, Friedman says, likely because conscientious types are more inclined to follow doctors' orders, take the right medicines at the right doses, and undergo routine checkups. They're also likelier to report happier marriages and more satisfying work lives than their less conscientious peers. Drink water. Water is essential for staying hydrated and avoiding headaches, fatigue, and problems focusing. Keep a reusable water bottle on hand and always place it in sight to remind you to drink regularly. Tea, herbal tea, and unsweetened coffee are also good options. Pack your lunch. Preparing your own lunch and snacks for the office, school, or travels is a good way to eat on the go. Not only will you save money, you'll avoid excess sodium, sugar, fat, and chemical preservatives in meals at fast food restaurants. Disconnect. Putting away your smartphone might seem like an enormous challenge. But being connected 24/7 can have negative side effects on your MEMORY5, creativity, and productivity6. Disconnect at least 1 hour every day and give your brain a well-deserved break. Smile. This is an easy habit to adopt and will greatly impact your mood. Simply raising the corners of your mouth produces endorphins, providing instant happiness. In conclusion, one of the advantages of adopting healthy lifestyle habits is that it's possible to maintain them forever. This isn't always possible with extreme solutions that often turn into a fad. By focusing on healthy lifestyle habits, you'll ensure your success is long-lasting. Always eat breakfast. Research shows that people who have breakfast tend to take in more vitamins and minerals and less fat and cholesterol. Eating things that are high in fiber and proteins keeps you feeling full and energized. These include whole grain cereals and breads, low-fat milk, fruit, and yogurt. Practice healthy eating throughout the day. This habit includes such things as eating more fruit and nuts and avoiding sugary drinks and snacks. At mealtime, the American Heart Association recommends a serving of fish twice a week. Besides being a rich source of protein, fatty fish mackerel, salmon, lake trout, herring, sardines, and albacore tuna have omega-3 fatty acids which reduce the threat of heart disease. Don't forget portion control. If you want to live to be 100, go for larger portions of fruits and vegetables rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber, and consume smaller portions of higher-calorie foods containing large amounts of sugar and fats. And chew your food. Many nutritionists recommend chewing each mouthful 20 to 30 times to get it into its most digestible form. Studies have also shown that chewing slowly reduces calorie intake by about 10%, partly because it takes your stomach about 20 minutes to tell the brain that it's full. Finally, one other cautionary note regarding a healthy eating habit: be wary of artificial sweeteners. A study conducted over a 10-year period at the University of Manitoba and published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal found that artificial sweeteners may be associated with an increased risk of obesity, long-term weight gain, diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Dr. Megan Azad, chief author of the CMHA article, commented, "Most people consuming artificial sweeteners do so assuming these products will help them avoid weight gain, diabetes, and heart disease. Yet we are seeing the opposite association from multiple studies." Don't neglect dental hygiene. At the end of a long day, how many take the time to floss? Some studies indicate that regular flossing could add over 6 years to your life. Why? The theory is that the bacteria that produce dental plaque enter the bloodstream and are somehow associated with inflammation that blocks blood vessels and causes heart disease. So, get in the habit of giving your teeth a good bedtime flossing and add years to your life. What's the best time to exercise? We've emphasized the importance of exercise as a healthy habit, but that raises a question. Namely, what's the best time of day to exercise, morning or afternoon, evening? Actually, as researchers at healthline.com point out, you can make a case for either. Morning workout. The benefits of a morning workout include: you get your workout done before 9 a.m., accomplishing something some people won't accomplish all day, a huge ego boost. You'll also start the day with a brain charged with endorphins, chemicals that leave your brain feeling happy and relaxed. You burn more fat. Those who start their exercise routine on an empty stomach burn about 20% more body fat than those exercising later in the day. A morning exercise boosts your metabolism, which means you'll be burning calories throughout the day as you consume them. Morning exercise helps many people get more quality sleep at night, while an evening workout that revs up your system might make sleep more difficult. Afternoon-evening workout. Benefits include: you can probably get some extra sleep in the morning. Your body temperature peaks between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. and this elevated temperature optimizes your muscle function and strength, as well as your endurance. Oxygen uptake kinetics are faster in the evening, and that means you use your resources more slowly and effectively than in the morning. In the afternoon or evening, your reaction time is at its quickest, while your heart rate and blood pressure are lowest, all decreasing your chances of injury while improving your performance. So, the choice is really yours, as an argument can be made for either, and things like your schedule and personal preferences will factor into your decision. The main thing is that you get off the couch, get out there, and start moving. Drink green tea. Not black with whole milk and honey. Not sugary bottled concoctions. Green tea, plain and simple. The EGCG, a superpotent nutrient found almost exclusively in green tea, has been shown to help break down fat and discourage new fat cells. Many of the plant compounds in the tea leaves do make it into the final drink, which contains large amounts of important nutrients. One trusted source. Tea is rich in polyphenols that have effects like reducing inflammation and helping to fight cancer. Green tea is about 30% polyphenols by weight, including large amounts of a catechin called EGCG. Catechins are natural antioxidants that help prevent cell damage and provide other benefits. These substances can reduce the formation of free radicals in the body, protecting cells and molecules from damage. These free radicals are known to play a role in aging and all sorts of diseases. EGCG epigallocatechin gallate is one of the most powerful calm